It's not like we're bleeding money doing these because we're not blowing a lot of money on
No.
guest or on catering. So really the budget for your average tank talk is $1. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tank Talks.
That's right, it's another episode of Tank Talks. Hello everyone, welcome.
Yeah.
My name's Keith.
And I'm Brandon, and I've got something for Keith in mind to put in our mouths.
That's right, because it's the tank drink of the week.
This week we got a little avalanche citrus flavor soda.
See, what you would think about the tank drink of the week, you would think as a viewer, oh, I bet they'll try something new and interesting that I've never heard of or that I couldn't normally get my hands on every week. I bet they'll try something crazy and outlandish. That's not what Tank Drinks is all about. Tank Drinks is about whatever Brandon can get his hands on before the episode starts. And that's why it's good.
It's whatever I can't justify just buying for myself, but I can justify video.
So we're the common man's taste testers. We're not eating bull scrotum, because not everybody can get a bull scrotum. We're not drinking the blood of like some sort of Himalayan Sherpa, because not everybody can do that. But you know what you can do? You can get off-brand off-brand Mountain Dew, and that's what we're doing today.
Well, Keith, I've got two things to say about this. Okay. Number one, if people want to see us drinking interesting stuff, then they should make a suggestion, comment, or send us a message, or they can send us the drink or hand us the drink. Since a lot of people watch these videos live close to us.
Correct.
So if you go purchase a drink and put it in my hand, we'll drink it.
Right.
Baby. Secondly, when it comes to taste testing, people either love it when A, it's just so disgusting you can see people suffer,
right,
or B, when you can give them quality advice. Look at Review Bra.
Review Bra.
Quality advice of, is this good or bad? It's not just, I heard this thing's terrible,
exactly,
let me torment myself.
Yeah, Review Bra is special because Review Bra is trying the things you're going to try. I'm not going to go out and buy a gold-plated biscuit to eat. But you know where I am going probably on a weekly basis? Taco Bell. And he's going to tell me what I'm going to eat at Taco Bell. So again, this is Avalanche citrus flavored soda. It is a Lidl brand.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we sip? Very citrusy. Got more lemon than your typical Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as fizzy as your typical Mountain Dew.
Huh. I think Mountain Dew, the older I get, Mountain Dew is one of those things that you either do name brand or you don't get it at all.
Yeah. This just doesn't taste enough like Mountain Dew for me to say this is a Mountain Dew off-brand. I would say I like it. I don't hate it. I think the extra lemony, I think the extra citrus kick in it is good.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get a very off-brandy feel.
It's kind of like if you just mixed a lot of like Sprite and Mountain Dew together.
I think you could be right. That may be how it's made.
Maybe. Speaking of mixing stuff together, though, Tank Media has a lot of videos out there.
That's correct. We're approaching
1,000 videos.
No, 200. We're over 200. We're at like 201, I think, last week.
Mm-hmm.
Or not last week for you.
It's hard to keep track of because you have Tank Talks, then you have the bloopers, then you have like the random videos we put out, then you have like the sketches we put out.
Right. Well, it's not hard to keep track of for me because whenever I upload it and I go to the Creator Studio on YouTube and I go to Video Manager, it shows me a total of how many videos we've uploaded.
There you go.
So
how many of them are live? Because some of them are private videos.
I've deleted everything that we don't. I mean, there's none on there. I don't know of any on there that should be.
Mm-hmm.
I just went ahead and deleted some. Some of our older ones that didn't make any sense in context, or like series that we tried and didn't go well.
Well, last year we filmed a Tank Talk. I believe it was one of the first Tank Talks.
It was very early.
Where we just kind of went through the videos we've created and we talked about ideas we had that didn't come to fruition, ideas we had in the future, as well as ideas that or videos that we loved.
Mm-hmm.
And I also just rambled a long time, what I realized from the video. So with this one, we're just going to keep it simple and talk about our top 5 videos that we love.
Which is hard to believe, I would like to say, We've been doing tank talks for almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
It has been, I will say this, it has been, there's no tank talks on my list just because I didn't feel like we were going to put tank talks on there.
Mm-hmm.
But tank talks has been one of my favorite things that we have done as Tank Media. It's certainly not been one of our most popular things, but it's definitely one of my favorites that we do as a Tank Media outfit. So I just appreciate you, Brandon. I appreciate you being my bud and us being friends and us making these videos together, me rubbing your back. Does that make you uncomfortable?
It does not.
Good.
I think that as an artist, and I hate whenever I call myself like a writer or artist, because I always think that you have to have done all this stuff to call yourself that. But then I realize there's people that like are worse than me and been less than me,
right?
who are like
call themselves
throw that around. Like they'll write one poem or like write one song and say, or they'll like make one little sketch on YouTube and then say they're like I'm a filmmaker.
I also avoid that. I don't call myself that.
I think also it helps whenever like you lower expectations when you're like, oh, I'm not a writer. Sure. And then people are like, oh, no, you are. And instead of vice versa, when you're like, I am a writer. And they say, shut up and get out of my basement.
Yeah. Yeah, because you went in their basement.
Mm-hmm.
But you were going to say something, I'm sorry.
But I think it's important as an artist to make sure you're doing stuff that you really enjoy.
Yeah.
And I think that like for Tank Talks, it's not like we're bleeding money doing these, because we're not blowing a lot of money on guest or on catering. So really the budget for your average Tank Talk is $1.
Yeah, if that.
Or like 67 cents.
Yeah, we don't even pay for these costs. The bill always does come due though eventually.
So, because I think that if you're having to like make money and all, it's kind of hard to make those choices. But when you can do something you love, like you should do it, because it's not like Tank Talks is racking up millions of views each week or whatever, but it's something that we can really enjoy.
Yet.
So let's get started.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start with my first video is the Milkman video.
Okay, we're gonna eat to frame. We each have 5, right? We're gonna talk about our. Are we supposed to rank them? Is there a top one, or is this just a 5?
I think we'll just go with the 5, because I mean, like my number 3 could be your number 1. So then it's just be weird if I talk about a video for 2 minutes, then you come back later and say,
okay.
So if one of them's on both lists, then we can just discuss it then.
Sure, let's do it.
But yeah, with the Milkman, it took a year for us to get around to editing it, just because with like
you can
scheduling.
Say what really happened. It was me. A lot of things we film, I forget that we have it, such as the Milkman. So don't.
Well, see, also with that one, it was just the problem of like it was written, I guess like written and directed by Rigel Coker, a very very talented friend of ours.
Our first outsourcing.
So he came to us with the idea, and it was really really cool. All the little jokes he had in it and all. And we wanted to get together so we could all 3 like edit it together. Way we had the right vision. But with Keith getting married, and then like with just Rigel and I having like life that we're trying to like live, it's hard to choose a random day where you can just go drive 200 miles to, round trip. Yeah. But I was just really happy with it. I felt like it was a pretty big hit, like with our audience, and I think it was just a quality video. It was funny, start to finish.
It was. I liked it. It's not on my list, but it definitely was a runner-up, or one of the runners-up. I don't know why. I think I just had other ones that I wanted to pick, but I enjoyed the Milkman too. I told Rigel after I finished it, I was super impressed with it. After I finished editing it. So I should go now.
Yes.
If that's what you're nodding me to do. One of my favorites was How Not to Ask a Girl Out. That was one that Brandon came to me. Usually on Sundays, we'll sit and we'll record one of these, or one or 2 of these, or however we decide to do it. And then we'll go back to my house where the editing bay is, and we'll usually sit down and help each other, or he'll help me edit things because he's usually filming them and I'm editing them. But one time he said, "Keith, sit down and watch this. I think it's really funny." Me and Josh got an idea. We filmed it in 10 minutes. Tell me what you think. And I laughed a lot just at the raw footage. And I was like, I love this video. And when I edited it, I just really enjoyed watching you and Brandon act the way you did and like try to ask Jordan out. I really enjoyed Josh. He fell down. I watched it this morning. Like he fell down on the way to walk up to her. There's just a lot of funny stuff in there. It's one of my favorites of the year.
Yeah, I really, that wasn't on my list,
Okay.
but I really enjoyed it too, because like you said, it was one that we really didn't have planned out. It wasn't written. It was just, we had a little bit of time, and I think that's just when you're working with people that are really talented like Jordan and Josh, it's easy to say, hey, I have this random idea. Let's just all improv really fast. So
Also, I'll try to link to all these in the description so you can watch them back if you want to.
that way we can get a bunch of views.
Yeah, all the views that come from the Tank Talks.
My next one was the trip to Scotland video that you and Lizzie made.
Brandon, man, don't
Just going through. I think it's cool that our channel has, like, even with our sketch comedy, like, it's different. Like, you have lists, it's not just we do one thing. Mm-hmm. And I think with the Scotland video, like, whenever people go on a trip, it's hard to say, here's 15 minutes of me and my wife going on this trip. And I think you did a good job of, even if I didn't know you, it was interesting enough to keep my attention. And it had humor, but it wasn't like we're going to go out of our way to go to this thing just so I can get a couple of laughs.
Yeah, well, the part of that as well is, even if I thought that, we had to walk everywhere we went, so we weren't going anyway. But I appreciate that, Brandon. I didn't watch that one back today when I was thinking, but I enjoyed making that video. I certainly enjoyed my honeymoon. But, yeah, I enjoyed making that one. And I did film a lot of it with the intent of, it'll be good for people I know, but also we have a YouTube channel, so why not try to entertain people with this as well? Mm-hmm. My turn. Again, I'm going to go ahead and say one of our more recent ones, the commercial for St. Malachi's non-denominational non-denominational Fellowship of the Word Church. That one was just funny to me. That it was, because we have the whole Brandon films and I edit. Like, Brandon will tell me an idea. I will instantly get a vision in my head of what it would look like. Brandon has a vision in his head when he films it. They can sometimes be different. A lot of times, and we also, like, it's with the camera we use, like, Brandon and I know how to use the camera. Jordan knows how to use the camera. Josh does. There's no shortage of people who know how to use the camera, but sometimes you have to end up putting the camera in someone's hands who's not used to it, and then we get shots that, by the time they get to me, it's too late. Like, there's not a whole lot I can do with some of them. And so that happens in a lot of videos where I'll be like, man, if only I could focus that one shot. But this video, all the way through, everything looked great. It went together really well. We didn't there was no quality sacrifice. It felt like a real... One thing that I really like is whenever I look at a video of ours and I say, like, I feel like I could see that made by someone else and not think, that's kind of low quality.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that one. I thought it was wonderfully written. I was impressed. Brandon playing the guitar on there. I haven't lived with Brandon in a while. I haven't heard him play the guitar in a while. He was learning whenever I moved out. So hearing Brandon play the guitar.
That's when nice. You just learn 4 chords and you just learn those chords really well.
Hey, that's fine. It was all around very good, in my opinion.
My next one is, I guess, just as a whole, the making of a Turner series.
That was on my list too.
I love whenever we can do a series, because instead of taking, like, with a sketch, you've got 3 minutes to introduce characters, to make you, like, a lot like, care about the characters, like the situation, or understand where they're at, and then to get the joke.
And we don't always pull that off.
Yeah.
So,
and I think with this one, with a series, then you have, like, that one was 3 episodes. So you had 3 episodes to learn, okay, what is going on, who are the characters, and to really start caring, like, to think, oh, okay, I wonder what is going to happen. And, like, in this fictional trial, like, who did it? Like, is there going to be a swerve? And I just love that we got to have so many different people play, like, so many different characters in it.
Yeah, and hopefully you did all those things. Hopefully, as a viewer, if you watched it, you felt that way too. So we're hoping that whenever we say our favorite ones, you also will think, oh yeah, definitely, I like that one.
Read that, or those say, like, oh, those suck.
Yeah.
The Dirty Dozen.
Yeah, I hope they don't say that. So I'm not gonna. I narrowed it down to the episode 1, and the factor for me was the one joke where where Rigel as the janitor shouts. He says that he was in Nam, then he pauses and like tears up again, and then goes, "I was in Nam," and that line, even now, even thinking about it, makes me giggle. So another Rigel.
This is really just gonna become titled like the Rigel tank talk.
Yeah, exactly. So part 1 was for me. So my fourth one, again, they're not really ordered. I'm gonna say the antique hunters, the Sword and the Stone. Is that on your list too?
Yeah.
That's another one where I got married. I moved away from Charleston, so I don't get to be in every video like I used to be. And even in the videos I am in, there are many times where I don't get to be a main character or whatever. And so this was one of the, not that I need to be, but this was one of those that I wasn't even in at all, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't in this one at all. And it was still, not that I feel like I'm required to make a good video, but it was just like, I knew this is what the video needed. Then it came out really well. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I regret mentioning that I wasn't in it because people will think, oh, he thinks he needs to be in all the videos, right? That's not what I'm thinking. It's one of those whenever you are so involved and you think like, it was kind of like one of those where it was like, the birds flew the nest a little bit. I don't know.
I think it's worse whenever it's a really good video. Because it's like when you did the, it wasn't on my list, but the beard versus no beard video you did. Sure. I mean, like, I guess like I slid down the thing to you, but like you're the main character in it, and it's just like when I watch it, I think, oh, this is really good, and you think this would be a lot easier if it sucked, and I was like, well, if Keith would have brought me into it. Yeah. But yeah, the antique, that was probably the top of my list, just because I just love how it started off like so innocent, and it just gets like it like accelerates so fast. Like you think you understand where this is going. Okay, it's silly. Then you just have this guy shows up, and just you don't have enough information, but you're just thinking like, how is this guy showing up in all these shots? And a lot of people didn't notice it the first time they watched it, that like when it does the close up on our faces, that TJ is like behind everyone. He is like shifting.
He's like some otherworldly specter.
And also the beauty of that one was originally it was written to where, and we even filmed where afterwards Josh is like he took our money. I guess now we can't have our show. So originally that was gonna be the ending, but then Keith was like, "What if we just ended it now?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" And he's like, "Vernon, if we end it now, it is a completely different." And I think that like the video wouldn't be as funny if it wasn't like ended there. And I think it goes back to our tank talk from a couple weeks ago, or maybe a couple of months ago, depending on when this one comes out. About like making videos and how it doesn't just come down to like, okay, if you just have great actors, or if you just have great writing, or if you just have great editing, but like you need to have good, like you have to have quality in each department. So when it comes to these things, you can have something that shines a little extra in that one. Because if the editing wasn't there, or if it was just, okay, well, this is Brandon's idea, so I'm just going to let him have it, then the video wouldn't have been like as good. Right. And so I think that just shows you that you need to have quality in each department for a video to turn out really well.
Agreed.
And so I guess the next and last one on my list is The Last Cookie 2.
Okay.
From our Christmas month of videos.
Nice.
I always enjoy whenever we can do sequels. And I think with that one, it was a fun video to shoot.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun shooting that one. I struggled with the line that we had to stop a whole lot on. But yeah, I really enjoyed shooting that one too. Wasn't on my list. Also, I feel bad. I sometimes, like you, kind of, it's impossible for you to not choose videos that were your idea because there's so few of them that weren't your idea. But I feel bad choosing one that was like, that would be, I don't even think I would put it in my top 5, but I would. There's definitely a barrier because I don't want to say like the video that I thought of, whatever. But I appreciate you saying that. B, I enjoyed filming that one as well. I always love it whenever we just run around in the outside and then a video comes out of it. My last one would be probably my favorite one. If the commercial for the St. Malachi's non-denominational Fellowship of the Word Church is not my favorite, this one is. It's the "Would Someone Please Pray."
Oh, really?
Skit. The one that you got, that's another one. I'm not in it at all. I can appreciate that video was funny. All of you did a really good job acting it. It looked good, and it was just funny. The idea, because it's an accessible thing. If you come from if you go to Bible studies or you're in church groups where you pray at the beginning of them or whatever, there's every time you think, oh, we're all here and everyone here should be capable of prayer. And then there's always the question, would someone please pray? And nobody wants to do it. And it was really funny to me. It was written well. There's a part at the end where Miranda, the person who agrees to pray, and this video is running way long. But the person who agrees to pray, Miranda, she puts out her hands, like to hold hands to pray. And she doesn't say it on camera, but Diana says, oh, we're doing that. And like that cracks me up every time. But I love that video.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Are we finished? All right. This video, we really.
How long is it?
It is 22 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was 27 minutes. That
no, yeah, it looks like 22. Again, maybe it's just because we talk about ourselves. We enjoy it. But
we just love talking about ourselves.
No, I think we did some more behind the scenes talking on this one, and so we'll throw in the caveat. We know we run a YouTube channel with 200 subscribers. We know that, but it's a thing we love doing, and I think it's really important what Brandon was talking about earlier when he was saying that it's important just to do the thing that you love if you can do it, and that's what we're doing. If we were hemorrhaging money and it was a hardship for us to do it, we wouldn't do it anymore. But I think if there came a time where people were like, oh, this is just a small thing that you guys do, why do you talk about it like it's important? I would say, like, well, we're doing the thing. Like, you can't not, if
we're doing the avalanche.
We're doing the thing. So that's that, and we like doing the thing, so we're going to keep doing the thing. Is there anything else, Brandon?
No.
Well, I hope you stuck around this long. We'll see you in the next video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye.